is what the comedy starts right now.
Yeah, it's recording. All I hear is the flapping of air.
That's the
Jason gyrates.
The rustling of my disco threads.
Windmills.
Oh, holy smoking windmills. Let's do another one of these shows for the grand populace of the world.
Oh. Hello, Uganda.
I received a call from somebody in Poland that enjoyed the show.
Oh.
A call?
Yes.
An actual phone call?
Actual phone call.
From Poland?
From Poland.
Wow.
I might be lying about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe a blog message?
I didn't receive anything from anywhere.
Oh.
But that's okay. It's just going to make it that much easier to say goodbye.
Yeah?
It's the poles that are keeping you hanging on.
I'm hanging on to poles.
You just keep me hanging on.
How do our levels look?
Our levels look pretty good.
Oh.
A little bit of, mostly green, a little bit of yellow and red.
Oh.
It's a rainbow
Let's give her.
audio heaven.
Let me bang the jukebox.
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Or do we go silent for a couple seconds and then I just leap into this fucker?
That's
You like to call it. Alright. Now you're getting out of your chair.
Yeah.
You're throwing me off.
Just stretching.
You're looking for
He's
something?
having an ice cube and a piece of popcorn.
I had a bottle opener out here.
I don't know. I don't see one.
You just use the edge of the table.
I could. Here it is. You got dairy. I'm good. Let's do this thing.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Gentlemen of Elegant Leisure. I'm Dave, along with, you know who. Do I have to keep introducing you guys?
Yes.
I mean, it's really about me. It should be.
Well, that's
It is because you are the announcer. You're the
voice.
glue,
the glue.
the
glue.
stickum, the
A post-it note that holds this whole thing together.
That's right.
Full disclosure, I thought this was actually called the Gentleman of Elephant Pleasure.
Oh!
And I've been waiting for the past 89 episodes to...
I'm surprised we don't have more followers because I understand that would be. I think we should still get that website. I think.
Development plan.
Probably available. But while you're out there, check out our website, www.gentlemenofelegantleisure.com. I'm Jason.
And I am still Fred.
I mean,
Yeah,
people are
Yeah.
thrilled that
Yeah.
you're here.
Oh, sure.
Now, if you're listening to this
God bless you.
this week,
Yep.
it's too late, right? Because this is the Halloween this week.
Right.
It is Halloween this week.
That's why we're all dressed up in our costumes.
Yeah,
right.
Of course, I'm Hunter S. Thompson, as always.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lusty pirate.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
A lesser Marvel super comic hero?
yeah. I'm I don't know what I am.
Squeegee Man? Is
Sure,
that-
I'm Squeegee Man,
Yeah.
but I don't have a squeegee.
Oh, man.
I got a corkscrew.
Maybe your hand turns into a squeegee.
Maybe it does.
Huh?
Huh?
Is your super gift making delicious cocktails? Is that your superpower?
It could be. That'd be great
Yeah.
if we could count on it making delicious cocktails.
Yeah.
But everything is a crapshoot here.
Oh.
And tonight will be no different for your Halloween festivities. If you waited until tonight, Saturday, November
The third?
2nd,
Second? Yeah, I think it's second.
which is when this show is gonna drop. Although, you know what I think we did last year? I think we raced one out for Halloween. I think we recorded on Tuesday, and we got it up the next night.
Yeah.
I tell you, we sometimes make a real effort.
Yeah. So if you really want a Halloween cocktail, listen to last year's show.
Yeah. Otherwise, well, you know, Saturday's a good day for drinking.
Sure it is. Sure. And these are not really Halloween cocktails, but they certainly have a dark side. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, I guess it's starting with yours.
I don't know if I explained this clearly to Dave either, who asked the question. And I don't even remember what the question was, but I did just a second when I started that sentence.
Oh,
Delicious cocktails. We have tried neither of these cocktails.
no, these are,
When we try these live on the air here, this is the first time
Right.
our tongues have been anywhere near these beverages.
Well, you say it's a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot.
You don't know.
however, some of the ingredients we've had separately.
Yes, I've had most of these ingredients separately.
Myself have had gin.
This first one that we're going to do, this is fun. We've done a martini before. This is called the Darkside Martini, right? And then we're going to do a Manhattan, which we should have done before, but Fred says we didn't do it before. But we're going to do the Black Manhattan.
Yeah. Invented by Mr. Black, apparently.
Yeah, Mr. Blackwell. I don't know who invented this one. I found this at the BC liquor store. Sometimes they have these little
Little cards with.
yeah, what camera do I show it to? I show it to this
Show it that little tiny
number one over there.
little spy camera we've got going on the
It's only done
side
on
of the room.
a GoPro.
Yeah.
So sometimes they would give people credit. It could be a Wallowitnik. We just don't know.
Yeah.
It's called the Darkside Martini. I'll tell you what's in it, and then we'll make it.
Okay.
2.5 ounces of dry gin, 3/4 of an ounce of Barolo red wine, 3 dashes of Peychaud bitters, and a maraschino cherry. I'm going to say it like that. I don't give a shit anymore.
For sure.
For garnish, and that's optional. So you have to count the cherries to see if we have enough to actually garnish.
I think we've got enough cherries just to make it,
Okay.
and then we're done. We're out.
Right. Add all the ingredients into a mixing glass with ice and stir it until cold. We're going to shake it because we love shaking stuff.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. The reason that you want to stir a cocktail is it will chill it, it will dilute it, but it will keep the drink clear. And so presentation-wise, a stirred drink will often look better than a shaken drink. A shaken drink will be cloudy and full of tiny bits of ice and dead skin and fingernails.
Oh.
I was with you up until the end. I was thinking, that doesn't sound so,
Well, in honor of Halloween.
In honor of Halloween.
Oh, I see.
And because I rarely ever clean my cocktail shaker. But
Alright.
but it will clear after time. But that's really the big
It's just
difference
settled
there.
so long. Yeah.
I just think it finds it. You can chill it so much faster with a shaker. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to waste people's valuable time.
No.
I don't even want to be here. So why should I waste their valuable time? So yeah. So if you want to do it at home, put it all in a thing and stir it until it's cold. But it's a fool's errand.
It's 30 or 45 seconds of your life you'll never get back again.
Yeah.
Whereas you can have to do it in 15 seconds if you do a shaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30 seconds you could spend
Drinking
Drinking.
the drink that you're making.
That's right.
So there you go. So it's the Darkside Martini. So we've done a martini not that long ago, and now, courtesy of the BC liquor store, the Darkside Martini. Now, you might be wondering,
I am.
what is Barolo wine?
I would like to know what Barolo. I've never heard of Barolo wine. Is that a make? Is it like a grape, or is it a company, or?
I think it's a northern Italian wine.
Oh yeah.
I think they said this was from the Piedmont region, or was it from? Oh God, I should have done some research.
Oh yeah. Up the Piedmont.
Piedmont, but there's also of the Veneto or something like that. I forget on the little sign there. And it's, as usual, the print's too small, even for my what are these called? Glasses? It's just so funny.
I thought you were going to say myopia.
Myopia, Europia. Anyway, it was funny because I looked up Barolo thinking, oh, they must have some of that. And a lot of Barolo wines start around $300.
Oh. Alright.
And the cheapest one, yes?
That's a little beyond our budget for the show.
Yeah, by about $295.
Especially when you need 3/4 of an ounce of it in a drink. But they drop all the way down to about $30,
Oh, yeah.
which is what this is.
Wow.
This is the entry-level Barolo. And I think why they are a little bit of a pricier wine. What are you going to do? You want to open it?
Read it.
Oh. Is because they have a lot of tannins in them. They juice the stuff, but the juice of the wine, of the grape, sits on the skins of the grape for a lengthy period,
Right.
10 weeks or something like that.
Okay.
And so you get a lot of astringent tannins and that kind of thing comes up into it, and then you age it up to 10 years. So there's a big time commitment to it. There's some controversy because some of the new people said, do we really got to do that? Why don't we just put it on there for 10 days and only age it for 3 years? And so there's And they do some other tricks.
So it's kind of hinky, if you ask me.
So I suspect this being a $30 one
Right.
may not be the best Barolo, but since none of us are wine drinkers, it's either going to be like amazing and we don't know it, or it's going to be garbage and we won't know it.
No.
But that's what it is. A Barolo is and it's probably a type of grape as well. As I say, if I had done some research. So let's open up a bottle of wine.
Wow. We don't do that very often.
No, we don't. And
A big dark bottle.
yeah, I can't even see. Where's the? I got the special.
Cutter?
Yeah,
Fine cutter?
Looks dangerous.
sure it is.
That's why whiskey's better.
Oh yeah, no whiskey. Although sometimes you'll have to cut open some whiskey too. I probably should have just opened this before we started the show. This isn't really a knife. It's
No.
more user friendly.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Talking
peeling
amongst
away.
yourselves.
You wanna? Yeah, no, you're chipping away at that thing. I think you're making some headway though. I can see where the cork.
Yeah,
So that's something.
that's all you need.
Yeah.
You can see the cork. You can open it up.
Oh, that's true.
And yeah, and then we're going to be using the Tanqueray gin tonight because Dave has several gallons of it. Ever since they hooked that pipeline up to his house. But this, I'm kind of. I talked to my boss,
Me?
Mr. Whiterock, Dr. Whiterock.
Oh,
what do we
right,
call him?
Joe Whiterock.
Joe Whiterock. Oh,
Oh,
Christ's
dear.
sake, the cork broke.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
this
now it's a $5 wine.
This is the joy of live television. Oh, God. Now here's a problem that a lot of wine stores have.
Yep.
BC liquor stores included. They store them all standing up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to store it laying down.
Yeah. You need to keep everything nice and moist.
But you'll almost never ever see wine stored in a nice, sensible way.
Never ever.
God.
Never have
I think
ever.
I think the recipe, it's okay because the recipe actually calls for cork in your drink.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Anyways, you're telling us a story about Joe Whiterock.
Oh yes, he oh God, now I've already forgotten what that was going to be about. But I asked him because he's a bit of a wine connoisseur.
Is he?
He is. He's got it going
He
on.
looks like a wine connoisseur. I don't know.
He's got a bit of an accent.
Yeah.
And he said that this could be. Is this even going in? God. Okay, I think we got success here.
Gotta make sure the cork grips.
Yes, because otherwise we're going to end up with cork bits.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be there.
Oh,
all right.
well done.
Finally.
Huh.
Good job.
I deserve a glass of wine for that. Thank you very much. Oh, God.
Do I have get to smell the cork?
Sure you can.
What's it smell like?
It smells like wine. That's
Oh
amazing.
yeah. Huh. That's weird.
At least it doesn't smell like vinegar. Would you like to smell the cork?
Sure.
Was that ever a classy thing to do?
I don't think so.
It was just presented as though it might
I
be.
think they just told that to idiots.
I remember in the Muppet movie,
Mm-hmm.
when Kermit and Miss Piggy are dining out, Steve Martin is the waiter,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's snobby.
and they they get a wine, and he opens it up and he says, "Would you like to smell the cap?"
Steve.
No, Steve, there's no off switch on the Steve Martin machine.
No. Do you like some ice?
Yes, please. I would love some ice.
Here, let me get that for you.
Thank you very much. Let's throw that in there. So yeah, and it actually has quite a lot of gin in it when you really think about it, right?
Oh,
For a single drink, 2.5 ounces.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm making a drink at home,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm an alcoholic,
Yeah.
I don't use that much.
Oh.
Well, actually, I sometimes do. But you know what I mean? Normally it's 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces.
Yeah. No, if I'm making just a martini, the vodka kind.
Oh yes, that's not a martini. That's a Vesper.
It's a vermouth cocktail with vodka. But I'll do 2 ounces about my biggest pour. Normally.
Yeah. I think we've commented before, like if you and I free pour a drink at home,
Mm-hmm.
quite often if you were to measure how much we free poured, it's like about 1.25 ounces.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I can't have all that. Then you measure it out and you're like, holy cow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to share 5 ounces of gin here, boys.
All right. I'm gonna try.
And then this lovely wine, which I'm intrigued by. So it calls for 3/4 ounce of this. So we're going to put in 1.5 ounces because we double it. Did I already say that?
1.5 ounces?
1 ounce. Oh, and look how dark and wonderful it
Oh.
is. This is why this is the Darkside Martini.
Should we be talking like spookily? Because it's Halloween.
We should. But
Well, hello.
Thank
I
you.
want to, sip your cocktail.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's finally, I get used to have the Peychaud's bitters. I drove all the way to Bellingham to get this Peychaud's bitters, and it was because it was unavailable anywhere. So I drove about 45 minutes to get this.
Wow. The things you'll do for the good of the show.
See, I drove 45 minutes to Vancouver to get it.
There you go.
Or did I? Yes, I did. I don't know which is better.
Whatever you do is better.
Oh. If you go to Bellingham, you get to go to Fat Pie.
You could go to Fat. I did not. I turned around and came back home,
Oh.
and immediately regretted.
Not going to Fat Pie?
So here we go. Have you got
No, have I ever?
a
Nope, I don't know.
cocktail cherry ready to go into
Oh.
these guys?
I need to get a...
So you can see if you're looking at any of the video that was taken about this, it's a kind of a murky looking thing, and that's because it was shaken, as I said.
Super.
It makes it cloudy.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm using Fred's camera for the close-up video, and everything's in a sepia tone.
Oh,
So, it's all very brownish.
it looks like it was all shot in the Old West.
Yeah?
Did you ever get an Old West photo done at a fair?
PME?
No.
No, I never did.
No.
Do you want it skewered or just dropped in? What do you think?
Let's maybe skewer it
Okay.
so that people can see it, like it in the picture on the thing. This is quite a neat looking drink. I'm chuffed and excited and thrilled at this drink.
Red as blood.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight.
Chuffed?
Chuffed. I'd like to drop in a lot of Britishisms
Oh, yeah.
for
That's
our Polish listeners.
Now, how do
You want to use your hands?
Yeah, no. I do, but you don't.
As you can see, as we've sat here, the drink has lightened up.
Oh, yeah, you should lighten up. As I've said many times.
This
All
is
right.
for you, Fretters.
Oh, thank you very much.
The Darkside Halloween treat.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This, we have no idea what it's going to taste like.
No.
We are completely at odds.
I smell the gin. I smell the
Thank
wine.
goodness.
Yes, I smell the gin too. What we probably should have tasted was the wine on its own, but that's correct.
Well, there's always time for that.
The Darkside Martini. Oh, all right. No, it doesn't. Doesn't taste anything like what I thought it was going to, and I don't like it very much.
No, I don't like that. I was waiting for you to say something. But
It
it's
is-
still Fred.
Yes,
It's super dry.
it is super dry, which I think is what the Barolo wine is famous for.
It's dryness.
Yes.
Much like my humor.
Yes. And Fred's vitreous humor, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
this whole
It looks better than it tastes.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one to put up on the mantle and take a picture of, but do not consume this.
I think, maybe if you liked wine,
Maybe.
because it has a lot of wine flavor.
It does have
And
a...
if you're somebody who doesn't like wine, I think you're sort of up a creek here with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I was at a Halloween party and somebody said, oh look, I made a fun Halloween drink, it's called the Darkside Martini. Look at it. Doesn't it look like the blood of a ghoul?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, yeah, it tastes like a blood of a ghoul.
So how much of the wine is in there?
3/4 of an ounce. It's not ginny enough to
No.
overcome the wine,
Yeah.
and the wine does not, it's,
It's not winey enough to overcome the gin.
you know, and the Peychaud's bitters have I think I can taste them in there.
Can you?
Yes. There's an aftertaste that I get from the Peychaud's, which was, well,
It's like
bitter.
you're speechless.
It has left me speechless.
It's like drinking Kool-Aid without the sugar.
Yes, or eating a banana without the inside part.
The skin.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
down on banana skin.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep going back to it because of the gin.
Yeah, I keep going back to it too because of the gin. And because I was hoping to pleasure an elephant by the end of, of the episode.
Yeah.
We are the gentlemen of elephant pleasure.
I'm gonna have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't how this started.
I
Well, I know you seem to be pretty confident, and that's why I don't argue about it. It might be me. I might have just misrepresented this whole endeavor.
It's possible.
So, is there any? Because we had cocktails. Did we do a rosé?
We've done wine cocktails before.
Huh.
I don't think it turned out as hideous as this.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is just not.
How would you redeem it?
I don't know. I'm going to try the wine on its own.
I think it deserves that.
I think I drink a little bit more wine than you guys drink.
Oh, you do?
Wine.
You drink a lot more.
Probably.
Not that I'm saying that I have knowledge, but I would at least say I've had a little more wine than you, and I don't enjoy this wine. That's where I'm leading up to.
Yeah.
All right, give it a shot.
There is a wine that is quite expensive, and I've had it before, only given to me, and it is called. Oh, damn it!
That's one of those Okanagan wines.
I can't remember what the hell it's called. I think it's an Italian one too. Now, quite often Italian wines are nice. I mean, the color
I
of
think
this
they're
is.
known for that, aren't they?
They're known for
Nice
that.
wine.
Nice wine. The Mafia.
Also that.
Let me just taste this.
Yeah, no.
Excuse me.
Let's see. Give that swill a little swig.
Let's see what the legs are like on this
Yeah.
baby.
No, check out the legs on that one.
I found out a little bit about the legs and the fun of evaporation versus. Anyway, let's taste it.
Yeah. Well, it's proportional to the alcohol content, which.
It is a dry wine. It's nicer than the cocktail.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it tastes like wine. Here, have a little sip.
So 14%.
Yes, and I think some of the other Barolos will go up to 15.5%, which is pretty beefy for a wine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a dry red wine,
What's dry?
but it's nicer, don't you think, than
Yeah,
mixing it with gin?
Yeah,
So-
I think gin and with wine are mortal enemies.
This is why the British fought the Italians in World War II.
Wine and gin.
Yeah. Moderately better.
Yeah, it's a dry red wine.
It sure is.
And then you should drink it. You should not mix wine and cocktails. Why don't you just do that? If you want to drink wine, go drink wine.
Yeah.
So, could you add anything to this? I mean, could you add some?
I'm wondering if the Peychaud's bitters screws it up, because I've never been a fan of the Peychaud bitter flavor.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but that's.
I don't know what the flavor of Peychaud's is, but there's an element of something else to it.
See, I like that. That to me is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a cross between medicine and cigar ash.
I know.
That's what it's got,
Yeah.
kind of that kind of bit of.
And you don't like that.
And it's all
No.
hidden up in a pleasant red color that makes you think that you're going to be adding sweet
Cherry or something.
Yes, concentrated cherry flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of
Water.
water,
Probably
Yeah.
not.
some grenadine, sweeten it up a little bit. But does that take it into a whole weird direction?
I don't know if you could sweeten it. I think you'd still have that big bitter thing there. And it was 3 dashes of the Peychaud's in there, so it's a
Yeah.
bit. I mean, I don't. It's not that I hate it. I'm going to finish it.
Oh, sure. I'm gonna finish mine.
Had I ordered it, I would not order it again. But I can understand it in a way. And I'm actually concerned about this Black Manhattan that we're going to be doing, because it's going to have an
Amaro.
Amaro. Tomorrow. We're going to have it tomorrow. And Angostura bitters and Regan's orange bitters. And so,
This
One big bitter
This
fest.
is the bitter
Yeah.
episode.
so perhaps, yeah. So perhaps I won't finish that. I'm going to compare that.
Yes.
But that's an interesting sight for me, because normally I finish my drink before I make the second drink. This one I have not.
No.
All right.
Interesting. Yeah. It's like it's halfway done. It's like you grabbed it from somebody before you finished it. Said, no, I want to try it now.
Yeah. Oh, it's red. I'll have it now.
Yeah.
Say, no, it's not done yet.
Perfect.
No,
perfect.
it's red. It's red.
Don't
That's
mess
all I
with it.
want.
Yeah.
I want a red. I want a red drink.
Red drink. Yeah. So It's the unfinished cocktail.
That's what they should have called it, the unfinished cocktail. Have you got any stories about the Manhattan that you can tell while I go clean the shaker out?
Well, only the stuff that I printed.
You must have consumed a Manhattan in Manhattan.
Oh, I probably have. Manhattan's a pretty good drink. We haven't done one because it's so obvious.
Well, yeah,
We don't like to be
it's true,
obvious.
It's like old-fashioned.
I don't think, have we ever done a gin martini? Have we done it just a stand-up gin martini, 2 olives, that kind of a thing?
I don't know. Jason, have we done a gin martini before on the show?
2 olives, gin martini,
That's-
just a standard.
Yes, remember we did that not long ago when we were like,
Drunk?
we've never done a martini, so we did the
Oh,
martini.
did we? Okay.
It was a big deal.
Oh.
It was show title
It
worthy.
was, oh
Well,
wow.
martini, we did something else that was really common. That's why I thought we did the Manhattan.
Yeah, and I thought we had too, and then I found out we haven't. But I've had a few Manhattans. They can be pretty good. I mean, that's not a bad drink. It's not sweet by any stretch, though.
No,
But if you like booze,
right up your alley.
like
Could you hand me Bareface, please?
yeah, well, yeah. Now, Bareface. This was Bareface is a contender, I guess, for the next drink, is what you're saying.
Yes, Canadian whiskey, triple oak, hide nothing, fear nothing. Now here's what I'm so sick of this.
Yeah.
And we've touched on this before. Stop screwing around.
Mm-hmm.
People have made whiskey and rye and stuff for hundreds of years.
Yep.
And now in the last 2 years, you say, you know what would be better?
Yeah.
No, we got it down to this thing
It won't be better.
where we got it so that the people that liked it, and the people that didn't like it stayed the hell away from it.
Yeah.
And now suddenly everything's with the craft beer and with everybody else. It's just like, you know what would be better if this was full of marshmallow or this was this.
Apple whiskey.
Apple whiskey. Well, apple, that's a bad example because that goes back to that old Applejack, right?
Oh, okay. Well,
But you're right. If Bareface also had apple in it.
yeah.
Now the story of Bareface. Are we done with the Manhattan?
Oh, no. Yeah, no, this is more interesting. It was Manhattan, 1860s or 1890s, blah, 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 whiskey and stuff.
So listen to this nonsense. A team of seekers, blenders, coopers, and makers working to a single unifying code to openly source the finest Canadian whiskey and finish it in unique hand-selected barrels sourced from around the globe. That's not even a complete sentence. Bareface. Hide nothing, fear nothing. Our bold triple oak signature release is a single grain whiskey, aged 7 years, in ex-bourbon barrels
Right.
on the shores of Georgian Bay, Ontario, then finished in the Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, in tight grain French oak red wine barrels.
Right.
For dried fruit and chestnut notes,
Right.
and finally with Hungarian oak to deliver a unique spice finish.
Oh, it really gets around.
Yeah,
Bit of a world traveler,
So
old Bareface.
the Hungarian oak barrels are new,
it doesn't say that they're new.
but they're not. The other two say what they were.
Finally
what
with
the oaks-
Hungarian oak. Yeah, it doesn't even say where they got the Hungarian oak. Might be growing in somebody's backyard.
Because they say Coopers.
Coopers are barrel makers.
Exactly. So I'm guessing that they're bringing oak from Hungary and making barrels in the Okanagan.
Maybe. A team of seekers. Who
Yeah.
are the seekers?
They're the guys.
It's a mystical
Those are the guys that are
kind of
googling
fraternity.
where to buy bourbon barrels online.
Okay. Seekers, blenders, coopers, and makers. Now a cooper is a barrel maker, so
Yeah.
who's a maker?
Yeah, he's a.
Is he the guy that makes the whiskey?
I guess he makes the whiskey, but so who's the blender?
I don't know. If I had a bit more of this, I would share it with you.
No, but don't.
I've drank almost all of the bottles,
So
so
it's not that bad.
it's not that bad. But there's a bunch of, it's very oaky,
And marketing heavy.
which is to say
Vanilla?
vanilla. You might
So do you want to use
keep going.
so the Manhattan is made because it's an American drink originally from maybe Manhattan.
Came this close to be calling it Amsterdam.
It's the new Amsterdam cocktail,
Yeah.
which there probably is one, but if there isn't, I want to make one. But made with usually it just says whiskey and bitters.
Right.
So at the time, obviously American whiskey, not even necessarily bourbon. Although they say traditionally, but there's no real tradition. Traditionally it's bourbon, but to me, bourbon is different than whiskey. It's a specific type. And they said during Prohibition, they started using a lot of Canadian whiskey because that's all there was. And so the more recent tradition it would be to use like a Canadian rye or a CC or something like that, which is why we've got rye. So even now they say it should be a rye whiskey,
Right.
and which is what that is.
I guess, well, they're calling
Or
it a
that's
Canadian
Canadian
whiskey. I always call Canadian whiskey rye because,
Well, that's what people used to do. So Canadian whiskey was always called rye because it's got a high percentage of rye, but not necessarily. Not as high as what you would call a rye whiskey, like the Northern Harvest or some of the new American ryes.
right, so you brought Northern Harvest along as well, because I was unsure if I had the 4 ounces required to make this drink.
Right.
So we're
This is 90% rye.
Really?
That's what it says.
Well,
I'm just reading it off the bottle.
let's see how much we got here.
If you don't have enough, pour it back in.
Of the bare face. Now we're going to do our own special mix.
All right.
See, we have 2 ounces.
Right.
So if we were only doing a normal sized drink, we would have had enough bare face. But, alas, we only had 3 ounces of bare face. So we are going to augment it with an ounce of Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye.
So we're going to do the Gentleman of Elegant Leisure blend.
This is the Gentleman of Elephant Pleasure blend.
I don't
know why you're obsessed with pleasuring elephants.
It's a big job, but somebody's got to do it.
I don't even think they'll allow that on YouTube.
You see, people should pleasure elephants.
Well, no, other elephants should pleasure elephants.
Not gentlemen.
No, I don't
Gentlemen
think
don't make cocktails,
Yeah.
not pleasure elephants.
I don't know what to make of you guys. Have you opened up this Averna?
No, so here's the.
Oh, here's
the
another.
stuff.
This is another feature of the show.
Yes.
As we're going to struggle opening the bottle. Okay. Tell me the story of your Averna.
So
Amaro.
this is just, we were at Odd Society in the summer. Laura and I went down there. They had a cocktail night. We went down there for that. Waited for quite a while to get a table. It was great. They had some good cocktails. They had a food truck outside, so a food truck here we were sold. So I bought this Mia Amata. So it's a locally made Amaro by Odd Society. Freshly opened. Oh, yeah, that's kind of neat. It's got a fruity, herby kind of a thing.
Yes.
That's very pleasant.
It could go either way.
That could go either way. No, you don't know.
But the smell is nice. I'm going to try a little bit of it, if I may.
No, but just to be safe. You know, safety first.
So you've tried it already?
Well, I had it in a drink. I've had it in a couple of drinks, but I've never had it on its own.
It's tastes like shampoo.
Sure.
But that's
Herbal essence. I think that's what it is, basically.
wow.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, we'll try that afterwards. But remember shampoo. And it calls for an ounce of this. So
Okay.
I feel bad. I feel like I'm wasting yours.
No, not at all.
It's only just a cute little bottle.
It's there to be used.
Well, true enough. As am I, ladies.
Oh, yeah. Used and abused.
Or elephants.
Or elephants, you know. Who am I? I need a dash of Angostura bitters and a dash of orange bitters.
Here's some Angostura.
I'd like to get that book. Maybe did you ever get it, Freddie?
Yeah.
The bitter book?
Yeah, I think I did.
Because I don't understand. I've never. I used to think that I was almost on the verge of understanding. What is the point of the bitter?
It's the flavor without the volume.
Huh. What an awful thing to say.
Well, you can add flavor, because if you were to add like a juice
Right.
or something, you have to add like an ounce and a half of juice to get any flavor out of it. Or you can add like 2 dashes of this.
And now it tastes like orange without
Tastes
having.
like orange without having to add sugar and a lot of water. Put the lid on this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll buy that.
That's how I use it. That's my process.
So here's what the deal is. Created by bartender Todd Smith when he worked at San Francisco's Bourbon and Branch. He's now at ABV, our 2015 Cocktail Bar of the Year. This is an older recipe. The Black Manhattan uses Averna, which is an Amaro, a Italian digestive
Digestive, yes.
kind of a...
Oui, oui.
in place of sweet vermouth. It's like a brooding counterpart to the classic Manhattan. It's more like the Dave Coyne to the regular Manhattan.
Exactly.
Brooding,
dark.
yes, the moody, magnificent Dave Coyne. He's the Pete Best of the Gentlemen of Elephant Pleasure.
Well, he got fired.
Well,
He got out in the nick of time.
that's exactly it.
2 ounces of rye whiskey, an ounce of Averna, a dash of Angostura bitters, and a dash of orange bitters. Stir well, but we're not. We're going to shake it.
Oh yeah.
Stir with ice, strain it into a chilled cocktail glass, and garnish with a cocktail cherry.
Oh, I gotta get my cherries
if you
out.
are so desirous.
Oh my.
And you should just totally stir these drinks. But we're not doing it. We love to shake.
Oh,
Rattle and roll. We love to shake. Rattle and roll. Shake.
rattle and roll.
Alright. Here we go. You load up some cherries. I don't think we need to skewer these ones.
No,
Let's
okay.
just put them in the bottom.
I'll just stick my fingers in.
Let's use that for stem cell research.
And here we go. Whoa.
Fantastic.
There
The
we go.
Black Manhattan. Now, how black do you think this is going to be?
Not very.
Okay.
We should have used activated carbon.
It is orange. A dark, festive orange for your holiday table.
Yeah.
It looks like it's made of pumpkin. Any pictures I've seen of this
It's
drink?
perfect. Yeah, I know. It looks like it's black currant syrup or blackberry juice or something.
Yeah.
Wow, this is funny.
What could have been in it?
I normally say that the Averna is a very dark Amaro, but
Okay.
it can't be that dark.
Well, that Montenegro one that we had for that drink was
Yeah.
pretty dark.
Oh,
Remember that one?
I do remember that one. I have that one.
Oh, you should have brought
We
that
should have
one.
brought that one. Well,
Fortunately, we don't take any pictures of this or document it photographically in any way.
yeah, good thing.
So
I-
pretend this is black when you see an image of it on our website.
Yeah,
But otherwise, it looks like a delicious mango smoothie.
it sure does. And everybody loves a mango smoothie. I was looking at a bunch of
Slightly bananas.
You're slightly bananas. Looking at some holiday Halloween themed cocktails, and I think you noticed this too, Jason. A bunch of them had activated carbon in them, and from the a lot of actual bars.
Yeah.
Because it's
Activated charcoal.
very dramatic, and that's the stuff they give you when you overdose,
Oh.
because it absorbs stuff from your system.
Oh, sure. Right.
And out of your stomach, and so it takes. So they said, when you're as a professional bartender, they said you check with your clients to see if they're taking medication, because if they are, this would strip the medication right out of their systems. Or just don't use it, I think was their other suggestion.
Wow, well, we should have used it to strip the medication right out of our system.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is going to be a crapshoot, and I'm afraid Lady Luck is flipping the bird on this show.
Yes. This one is even worse somehow than
Yeah,
the first one.
it
Because it
is
starts
actually
out
kind of
quite
worse.
nice.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh,
No.
really? I like this.
Well, yeah, that's because you enjoy bitter things.
That's why I like you.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit.
You really don't.
No, it's fine, but it's not a crowd pleaser. And I love the opening. And then
You don't like the finish.
I don't like the 5 seconds in.
Yeah. I mean, it is Manhattan-y.
Oh, it's Manhattan. It's much like being in Manhattan. It seems like a good idea until you're stuck in crosstown traffic at 5 o'clock on your way to JFK.
Sure.
Oh, your inside references to the Los Angeles real estate market. Ugh, yeah, Jesus. This is a special. I'm gonna dedicate this episode to my cousin Dave.
Yeah.
Because he knew better.
Thank you, Dave.
Exactly. Plus, he said it was funny. I've listened to my cousin's podcast referring to us, and they never don't like the drink. I don't. These are both. These are. I hate Halloween.
there's
These
subpar.
drinks are perfect for Halloween.
A little something for the kids.
I probably like the Black Manhattan more than the Darkside Martini, but I think I'd rather have a Manhattan or a Martini.
Oh, good point. I mean, I like the Darkside Manhattan.
Yes.
Whatever this is. Darkside Martini?
Black Manhattan.
What's this one? Oh, that's right. This
Darkside
is Darkside
Martini.
Martini. This is Black Manhattan.
You're not even going to let Jessica try any of these because she.
Oh, I was thinking about it, but I don't see
It'd
the
be
point
funny.
because I didn't like either of them really that much, and I know she's not.
The experiment would be which one.
Does she hate the
yes,
most?
which one is
Well,
the better Mr. Yuck face?
All right, well let's talk
Fred and I
about
will
yourself.
while
This-
you
this
deliver
is-
drinks.
It's not going to end well, I don't think.
And so I'm
So
going
yeah, I
back.
wouldn't go back to that one. It's to me that's the unfinished cocktail. It's like we ran out of creme de cassis.
Yeah, exactly. I went back to it now.
Yeah,
It does not age well.
No, it's if anything, it's worse.
Yeah,
But no, this is right where I thought it should be.
I might vomit.
Wow, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah,
Because I know you like to hold it all inside.
I do. Although the other night something hit me wrong, and I had 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, I had a rough time.
Oh, bless you! You should have had some activated carbon.
We should have.
I'm
Well,
afraid that wasn't very well thought out because she's allergic to cherries.
Oh.
I can't give her any.
Oh,
that cherries.
I think the cherries are allergic to these drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Black Manhattan is heads and tails much better than the Darkside Martini, especially when tried next to each other. Dave's given it another shot.
And good for you, Dave. Well done.
No, it doesn't improve with age.
That's what
I think
that's what he
I
said.
think Dave's point though was interesting. There was definitely a banana smell that came off of this.
Yeah, we've had that before with drinks. Where's this banana smell coming from?
Clean your rice trays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's still there. If I smell it now, it's still up. And it's like an artificial banana smell.
Yep.
It's like those yellow marshmallow banana
Oh, yeah.
candies.
It's one of the first things they have you synthesize in chemistry lab is the ketone that is the banana smell.
Really?
Yep.
That was Dave and I had a band called the Ketones.
Oh yeah.
These are both pleasant. If you listen to this show
Yep.
and you have a friend who's suffering from some sort of drinking problem, we have the cure. The Black Manhattan and the Darkside Martini will put him off his or hers desire to drink.
It's very possible. Yep.
Wow.
No, yeah, God, I do like the banana.
Do you?
Yeah. I can't. I mean, I like it. I mean, I would have one at home.
He's weird.
Yeah. I wouldn't have one at home. I want to try a regular Manhattan now, just to see. But I do want you guys to try the Amaro on its own.
Okay.
Because,
Take the little sip cups.
yeah.
What I did do on the weekend, and I didn't put up on Instagram because I was too busy drinking, was a jungle bird, which is a tiki drink with Campari.
I had chicken wings. Go on.
Oh, well, I like to have chicken wings. And but I made it with the Blackpool spiced rum.
Which I have yet to buy.
Really? I thought you had one and drank it already.
No. So this is the Odd Society, local Vancouver distillery. They do good stuff down there. I'm not saying that this is not a proper product. I'm saying that it tastes like shampoo.
I mean, compared to these two, I'd actually prefer the shampoo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a weird mouthfeel to it.
Kind of a chocolatey-ness about it. I don't get shampoo.
Let's see what it says. Well, you're not using it. What do you use? You use Head and Shoulders?
I use just hand soap.
Oh, no. It
It's a bar of soap.
Tastes like it.
Rub it on my head.
Just as traditional Italian liqueurs delighted in the bounty of the spice trade, Mia Amaro unites evocative fruit, flower, bark, root, and resin from the four corners of the world. At its heart are indigenous aphrodisiacs. Oh my God. Well, welcome to the Gentlemen of Elephant Pleasure. At the heart are indigenous aphrodisiacs from Brazil, blended with myrrh gum from Somalia, cola nut from West Africa, candied plum from Persia, cacao and vanilla beans from Mexico, mace from India, and elderflower and magnolia from BC, which is where we live. Our beloved liqueur is of musk, bitter chocolate, and earthy fruit, laced with flowers and Eastern spice. Enjoy it chilled or in your favorite Amaro cocktail. Do not
Drink it. No.
put it in the Black Manhattan. Yeah, no, it's nice.
I like it.
But it's shampoo-y.
No.
What?
No, not at all.
You know what nobody's asked me is how much shampoo have I drank?
Well, you were even able to narrow it down to the specific one, which a little
Head and shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm probably referring to is the floral aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's probably a floral thing that's in one of my many heavily scented body.
Well, looking there, you use a lot of conditioner.
I have a lot of conditions, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I think we should have used the other one.
Montenegro?
The Montenegro.
You do it again.
The only way I would do this again is if we did the Manhattans, and we did the Black Manhattan, the Return of the Black Manhattan, with the Manhattan to prepare it like that. I don't know if I can sell Dave on the answer.
Sure.
No, you're...
Okay, I won't go.
You're reticent.
I'm reticent. Moody.
Magnificent.
Well, yeah.
That's
Magnificent.
Moody and reticent, which is basically magnificent. We could do that. Maybe with the Montenegro.
I would put a straw in the bottle of the Amaro before I would drink these cocktails. But I am going to finish them because I'm nothing if not cheap.
I guess I have to finish.
This is the goal.
No, I mean, to me that's the winner.
Yeah. Oh, it's the winner.
And you guys are giving thumbs down to both, so I think
Yeah, you get to
carry
clean
the
up.
day. Yeah, all the chips are mine.
Yeah, no, I think Dave and I agree that the Black Manhattan is a better drink than the Darkside Martini. Having said that, we do not enjoy it. Or your company, quite frankly.
You're fired!
That's right.
Oh, well.
And tune into the next episode when Fred's not here. And Dave and I are drinking pop.
Very
It's rough, isn't it?
compared to root beers.
I'd rather drink, what's the cough syrup they always make fun of?
Oh, Buckley's.
Buckley's. I'd rather drink Buckley's.
I think it probably tastes a little better.
Ugh. And then I'd feel like I was doing something for myself.
Of course, you're getting rid of phlegm and sore throat.
Yes.
So I was, the play I produced closed this past weekend.
You produced a play? What did you produce?
Dracula, The Bloody Truth.
Oh, just in time for Halloween.
That's right. You guys don't do plays anymore, so.
No.
So.
But you closed? You closed before Halloween?
Closed before Halloween. Well, either that or you gotta run through Halloween and then you probably don't do a show Halloween night and it's like.
I get you. I hear you.
And so, but one of the actors in that was he's listened to our last two so he jumped in 2 episodes
He's
back.
the one.
He's the one. So he started 2 episodes back. He's listened to the last episode, the one before that. That's all he knows.
Yeah. And what does he think of it?
He thought it was pretty funny. I think he's
He's a damn fool, man.
That's right.
Oh, he's listened to 2 of them, so he must have liked something. Yeah, he was a little taken aback when your comment about we were talking about gentlemen standing up when a woman comes into the room, and you said you would only stand up if you're going to leave.
Before they said something stupid.
Yeah. So he asked if you were married or not. I said, well,
Sort of.
sort of.
Yeah.
So
Is he?
yeah, he's got a baby.
Really?
I think they call
He
him.
married a baby?
I don't know. I don't ask a lot of questions.
You'll find they're very high maintenance.
No, I believe he married a full-grown woman.
Really?
Near as I can tell.
Good, that's legal.
Yes, it is. Totally legal.
The baby thing?
And they got a baby. I can't tell you how,
Hmm.
because I really don't know that much detail. So I'm assuming through legal means.
Good.
You know.
We're all about legal.
Oh, sure. No. But yeah, no, he seems to find us entertaining enough to listen to us in his car on his way to wherever he is to do whatever he does.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I look forward to talking to him when he's been married for about 20 years and see if he doesn't agree with my comment.
Whoa! There we go again. No.
Cover your ears, microphone.
Ah. Now, both these drinks are better if you just chug them.
Oh yeah? Is that the solution?
I don't know. What would make it?
No. What would make
Salt? Does it need salt?
Sugar.
Well, this is see. I mean, I can understand us just saying, hey, well, they said it's a cocktail, so we'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have, but somebody like made it, and then probably made it a couple of times, and said, you know, we should publish this. So they're the ones we should be complaining to.
Now, I guess yes, you're right. In fairness of the Darkside Martini, perhaps if I had bought a $300 bottle of Barolo wine, I would have enjoyed that more.
No, you would have been really pissed off.
And if we had used a different Averna,
So maybe the Averna barrel would be.
no, I think it was fine. I think the Black Manhattan tastes exactly like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's just it's a grown-up drink. It's a struggle. It's not pina colada. It's not.
No. Oh no, this is.
You're meant to suffer for your drink.
Yeah.
It's not sweet, so it's not a sweet cocktail.
Not a Singapore sling.
No, and but I guess I've had Manhattans before. And,
Oh, you've had Manhattans.
Mm,
First, I take Manhattan.
yeah. Oh
In
yeah.
Berlin.
Then Berlin. Oh yeah.
Have you ever had a Berlin cocktail? There is a Berlin cocktail.
I bet there is a Berlin cocktail.
All right.
Search it right now. This is what live searching on the internet sounds like.
But no, I mean, because I have both these ingredients, I would make this at home. Now we did do our special blended whiskey too.
This is true.
Would that have a?
That-
shouldn't have made too much of a difference.
I don't think it would have made too much of a difference.
Because I mean, it's not like the. I mean, this is a nice whiskey,
The Northern Harvest.
Northern Harvest, best whiskey in the world,
Couple of years.
2017 or something.
Yeah, it might even be longer. I wouldn't be surprised if it was longer than that. But yeah, best whiskey in the world.
But it's not got a lot of
Jim Murray.
punch. It's not got a lot of oomph.
No.
It's a nice mellow flavor. So I don't think I probably wouldn't have wrestled too hard with the Grizzly Adams. What is this?
Yeah, Bareface, triple barrel.
Mm.
See, this is the kind of thing, and I fall for this constantly. They put something in a barrel, and it's which is special. In fact, I bought some. I didn't have any Scotch at home, so I bought a bottle of Scotch just yesterday. I don't remember what it was. Probably was when I got this Barolo wine.
Mhm.
I bought what's the triangular shaped bottle? Is it Grant's? It's a triangular.
Yeah. Mhm.
I bought the Grant's sherry cask, and I went, oh, I love the sherry cask stuff.
Sure you do.
But
It's Grant's in a sherry cask.
yes, it is good. I'm going to go home and drink some to get the flavor of these two out of my mush.
Oh yeah, no, you got to do that.
But Bareface, I knew going in. I liked it because on the front of it, it looks like a bear has attacked it, and the actual tear of the scratch goes down into the
It's on
label,
the label. Yeah.
and it was neat. Prior to this rye, I bought one called Swear Jar.
Mhm.
I bought it because I wanted to keep the bottle and use it as a swear jar.
Yeah, no, perfect.
But I fall for it time and again, and I feel bad for it. But I'm a sucker for packaging
Yeah.
and a story. And I don't mind a story if
Yeah.
you can back it up with a good product.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the story's good if it tastes good. I mean, that's why I like I think is it a Belvini triple wood?
Yeah, I think it was it.
Yeah.
You said the double wood.
Yeah. But is there a triple or is it just a double?
Well, it used to be the double wood 10-year-old, and then they
Right.
discontinued it.
Right.
I still have one bottle left. And you always mock me because it's only good if you drink it.
Well, we'll
But-
let you sell it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I can find some. Huh? Write in, leave a comment at the bottom, and you could win a prestigious decanter glass set.
And a water pick.
And a water pick. You're not giving away your water pick! Serenity now!
The double wood?
Yes, so you think it's a triple wood now, and it's a 12-year-old?
I don't know. But I think with those guys, at least they're a little more. They don't just jump into it, right? A little bit. If you look at the single malt scotches with the multiple barrels, it almost seems random. It's like they just, well, what kind of barrels can we get?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes, there is that element, and I almost threw up.
No Berlin cocktail.
No Berlin cocktail.
Oh, nice.
Just waiting to be named.
Wow.
Oh, yes, baby.
That is
I
so
type-
bizarre.
When I type it in, it just goes best cocktail bars in Berlin.
Yes.
Wow. The Berlin cocktail.
Oh,
And it does
okay.
not exist.
So today is actually Tuesday.
Yeah.
This is going to go up on Saturday. Fred, you have 4 days.
4 days. We're going to do this again in 4 days?
No. To get a Berlin cocktail made and up on your Instagram
Oh, okay.
page,
All
where
right.
people can credit it to you.
All right.
I would say take these two and mix them together.
There you go. There's your Berlin
Yeah, it doesn't have
cocktail.
to be a hit. But, neither was Berlin.
At certain years,
Yeah.
you didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Does it involve the wall?
I'm surprised that there's not a Berlin. I would think that any city would have a cocktail. If there's a Vancouver cocktail, how has Berlin managed to
The
elude a
Vancouver
cocktail?
cocktail's quite old, too. Vancouver cocktails goes back to at least the 30s. And I
Yes.
think it's in the Savoy.
It could be. Yeah, I think it was in the 20s or the 30s was the Vancouver cocktail. And now I don't even know if it was invented in Vancouver.
Oh, no, I don't know that it was, but it's the name. But okay, well, let's...
There's a Toronto cocktail. There's not a Berlin
Oh.
cocktail.
I
Is
know.
there a Kalamazoo cocktail? If there's a Kalamazoo cocktail
Yeah.
and not a Berlin cocktail,
Done
I'm
with
afraid
the
Germany
Rose.
has to also leave the European Union. It's Jerkset.
Yeah, that's...
Speaking of Jerkset,
Yeah,
this is the gentleman of elephant pleasure.
Can we go back to elegant leather?
Oh yeah, remember that when it was the gentleman of elegant leather?
Yeah, I was a lot more comfortable with that.
Mm.
And I'm
I
pretty...
wasn't because you kept wearing chaps all the time, which was...
That's why I thought it was appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Assless chaps.
Chaps are pretty comfortable. They're
Says-
warm in front and cool in the back.
Right.
I'm not seeing a Kalamazoo cocktail either.
Wow. So
Oh,
now,
okay, I
So
got-
next episode,
Oh,
we're
no.
doing the Berlin cocktail and the
No.
Kalamazoo cocktail.
All right.
Hmm.
Kalamazoo. What are they known for?
Gibson guitars.
Is
there
that
you
right?
go. And checker caps.
We've never done a Gibson.
We've never done a Gibson. We can do a Gibson
Gibson
in
cocktail?
A
Manhattan.
Gibson, yes.
Oh,
A classic cocktail.
Now if you could just find a Fender cocktail.
Do a quick
All
show.
right, Dave.
People at home that are
So,
listening to this
yeah.
in their cars, at their home.
I'm gonna rock out, man, with their cocktail.
They're gonna hear Dave's typing.
If there's not a Fender, what else could there be? But we've never done a Gibson. Now the Gibson has a pickled onion in it. Is that
Right.
not true?
Yes, that's pickled onion, and that's really the only difference between that. You don't like pickled onions?
No, I love pickled onions.
I love pickled onions.
So is it a martini with a pickled onion in it?
Kinda.
What's in it? Oh,
Yeah.
There is a Fender Bender.
Close
It
enough.
says 2 ounces of bourbon, Rebel Yell it says, 3/4 of an ounce of Cynar,
Oh, cider.
Have you got any?
Not yet.
Oh, I
and
still
half an ounce of good sweet vermouth. Simple
Good.
syrup,
I've
and
been,
some maple syrup.
I've probably had about 3 bottles of cider in my hand at one time or another. Saying, should I get this? Because that's the artichoke liqueur.
That's the artichoke liqueur.
And as soon as I see artichoke, I put it back.
You've never purchased it?
No,
Because I
can't.
probably drank 3 bottles of it.
And there's liquor 43.
I have liquor 43.
You do?
I do.
Well, there you go.
Well, why are we
Gibson
using
and
that for
and
stuff?
the Fender Bender.
There's a whole bunch of cocktails with liquor 43.
Yeah, when I got the liquor 43, I bought it because I knew there was a bunch of cocktails with it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I went to my book.
There's none.
There was one, and I made it, and I was like, eh.
Okay.
So I got a bottle of liquor
I'll-
43
I'll find some
Or
more.
you even have the glass for it.
for the Fender Bender.
Yeah.
We should, but you don't want to commit to that because I'm
It's
making
cider.
you buy it.
It's a cider. Good. So I'm going to be away for the next episode.
Oh, so we're not doing the next episode. Dave
Right.
and I are doing hot chocolate and lemonade.
And cookies.
There you go. And cookies. That sounds perfect.
And we're just going to reminisce about our youth in White Rock. It's going to be a bit of a different episode.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
I was going to dial in. I don't
Fred
know.
from
You
Syrup.
don't worry about that, man.
No, it's fun.
I know it's fun. Don't
It's-
worry about
it's-
doing it.
Well,
It's a pain in the ass for us.
oh.
See, now, here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Fred,
Me.
the third of the gentlemen of elephant pleasure, he's going to pleasure elephants in Los Angeles, California.
No, I'm not.
He's a big pachyderm plaything down there. And he wants to be dialed in, which we did with him in Hawaii. But
Tricky.
it's tricky. It works, but it wrecks his whole evening.
No. I look forward to it.
He does not. He's
that
sad.
I love it.
He'll get dirty stares from his wife.
I hate to miss the episode. No, she
Exactly.
was in Hawaii. She was inside, just watching TV.
Sure, but in Hawaii, you're 2 hours earlier, and so you're filling your, and then you go out for dinner. You do it here, you've screwed your whole evening.
No, we'll
Anyway.
probably be at some bar,
Exactly.
and I'll be.
Be noisy and
Yes.
can't hear you.
It'll be disquieting. Dave and I are doing hot chocolate with and without marshmallows. And what I was going to say,
Yeah.
what do you think, whipped cream or marshmallow?
I'll be
Went bitter, now we gotta go sweet.
Exactly.
I'm phoning in.
But 4 weeks from now,
I'm
4 weeks? Yeah, because 2 weeks from now is the hot chocolate episode. 4 weeks, we're doing the fender bender
right,
And
and
Gibson.
and the Gibson.
In honor of 2 iconic brand guitars.
And you are going to do a guitar solo. You're going to do a guitar solo.
Guitar solo.
Well, I know, that's
Where we play.
I have it on. I have it
That's
on
the
my
beauty
phone.
of it. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a brilliant. You don't have to be Eric Clapton. You have to be
No,
Cleric Apton. My
I could
favorite
probably be
Dungeons and
Claire.
Dragons character, Cleric Apton.
Yeah.
Oh, my legs itching. I
I
think I'm having a reaction to one of these drinks.
I think
I
Clara
think you're allergic to cherries.
Uh-oh.
Jesse,
Oh, yeah.
I'm allergic to
I
cherries.
forgot this cherry in this one.
And
The
cherries.
cherries are pretty good. These are chocolate cherries out of Oregon. I'm almost done, so I'm going to be switching to the maraschino cherries. pretty
I
soon.
don't hate this as much as when I first started.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yay!
The-
I didn't say I like it,
Oh,
but it's not as detestable as I first
All right.
tried it.
that's
As it
why.
warms up, it doesn't get worse. Whereas that other thing, that Darkside Martini, have a sip of that now. You'll shit yourself.
Oh, God.
They're here live on
I
the...
thought, well, at least
Fortunately, we take care of elephants, so
Yeah.
we don't know what to
what to do.
clean up.
Yeah.
Get the hose out. We just
Plus, he's at his house, so he has got lots of extra underwear.
Here's the funny thing about pleasuring elephants.
No, there's
Really?
there's no funny thing about pleasuring elephants.
There
it's
is.
dangerous for one.
You guys have taken it to the dirty side.
No.
Really?
What about just scratching an elephant on his trunk?
Oh.
What about giving him a little scratch on the noggin? Hey, what about just showing him some listening? Have you
Show
ever
some
listened?
respect.
Yeah, what about this prick in the show here you were talking about? Does he know anything about this? Huh?
About pleasuring elephants?
They're elements.
Elements.
Or Eric Clapton.
Or Eric Clapton.
His name's Eric.
But see, your brother's name is Eric.
I know 2 Erics.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. 2 Erics.
I know an Eric.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, this-
I know what an Eric
this
is.
new
Yeah.
Eric's a lot better.
Yeah, no, we like new Eric. We
Yeah.
don't like old Eric.
No.
Literally, physically, chronologically.
No, and he is younger than old Eric too.
Well, sure, he's probably younger than you.
Oh, yeah, no, he's younger than you.
Younger than me?
Oh, sure, I know. So that means he's less than 40.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll
Yeah.
sign off on that.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and rescue this last cherry from this whatever this was.
Do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway, you can pleasure an elephant without having to do what you guys are referring to. But if you're near the San Diego Zoo when you're in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
which you're not,
I'm a mere 2 hours
You could
away.
drive,
exactly.
or you could go to
LA.
the Escondido.
Yeah, the Wild Animal Park.
There's pachyderms there.
In
actually.
Escondido?
Escondido.
Oh yeah, it's in Escondido.
What the hell's an Escondido?
Oh,
Well,
Wild Animal Park.
yeah.
And what else?
Perhaps my godmother,
Why are we staying with her?
because she might be dead, and I don't know. I'd have to do a Google
Is it
search.
really you'll get into that while I'm down there?
Yeah, would you look into,
Okay, what's her name?
last name is Talon.
Like the city in Estonia?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding! You win, Dave, Darkside Martini.
Oh, yay!
I didn't know how many L's are in the Estonian Talon.
2?
Oh, yeah, no, exactly like that.
That's weird.
Yes.
Or maybe it's 1. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not from there. I mean, my mother is.
my godmother's name is Christine Talon. And she may be dead because she knew my parents when I was very young,
Mhm.
and my parents are dead.
Well,
And her husband
through
is dead.
misadventure.
Like, oh yeah, no, exactly. Victims of altruistic.
You want me to look her up?
Sure, look her up. See if she's still in Escondido. Last time I saw her was 1982.
Well, that's not. You haven't changed much.
No.
One now or two?
I think it's 2, but I really don't know.
Uh-oh.
For you out there, godmothers and godfathers,
Yeah.
kind of a whole bullshit thing. But anyway,
Well,
do you have a godmother or a godfather?
No, I had a whole bunch of relatives.
But did you have a godmother or did
No,
you have a godmother or a
didn't.
godfather?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they still around or are they gone?
Why do you put me on the spot here?
That's what this show's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing elephants. And
Because here they are.
What? Cue the band.
Yeah.
Thanks for the memories.
Google shows up a lot of Christine Talent, but I put in
Yes,
Escondido,
yeah.
I mean, it's got missing Escondido, it's got the bar through.
Right, yeah.
So there is a Christine Talent with the UBC Okanagan Athletics.
Oh, that's probably her.
That's probably.
That's probably her.
Yeah, because she's pretty athletic, I would imagine.
I'm gonna guess that she would be in her 80s. There's no reason for her to not be alive.
My parents are in their 80s. They're still alive.
What?
Just a second.
And she lived.
Yep, no, they're still good.
You don't know that. You're watching it in the video feed. You could go home to awful news.
You don't know that.
You see what you've done now? You
No,
jinxed
my
yourself.
phone, there's no jinxing.
You jinxed it.
No, it's not
Jinx!
a thing. No. Science.
But yes, my godmother lived in Escondido.
She, at the very least, owes you like an overnight stay.
No, well, she gave me an overnight stay.
Did she?
Yeah.
When? In 1982.
1975.
Oh, well, it's usually another one.
A year that will live in infamy.
Is she from here though, and then moved to Escondido?
I believe that she's actually from either Argentina
Oh,
What?
or Brazil.
ah. She's a
Pray
good friend of
tell.
her mom's.
She had a vaguely British accent.
Oh.
I think
Well, that
she was,
doesn't really go with
Sounds like
Brazil.
she was-
No, I know.
I think she was a spy.
She might have been. My parents met her. Yeah, you're right. Because my parents met her in Montreal.
Oh.
Was that anything to do with your uncle?
Uncle who?
You know who.
No, not with that uncle. No, I don't. As far as I know, they've never met.
As far as you know.
This is why godparents are weird. See, I'm a godfather
Yeah?
to my niece.
Well, that's like double duty.
Exactly.
You gotta work
It's
twice as hard.
ridiculous. He can't be an uncle and a godfather, but I'm her godfather
Alright.
and not her uncle.
Yeah.
I gave it up.
See, it doesn't,
No.
yeah, see, the uncle thing happens no matter what.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
the godmother, godfather thing, if you don't exercise it, I think it expires.
Yeah, no, I didn't exercise it.
No?
I didn't even keep it lubricated.
Every 3 months or 40,000 kilometers, you really got to get that in.
That's right. Now, if you have an elephant,
Yeah.
you can let it go longer.
Sure.
Are you a godfather to anybody?
I am.
Oh, interesting. Who are you a godfather to?
To Jessica's friend's son.
Wow.
His name
We're
is,
godparents.
what's his name?
Hudson.
Hudson. Right.
Where's he from?
Vancouver.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you can take him to the circus, water skiing.
No, you don't do anything. That's the beauty. I think.
Yeah.
I think as a godparent, all you have to do is give him a Bible.
No, I don't. No,
I haven't given them that.
I think you have to
No,
take
I
them.
bet your wife did.
I think you have to
She's
take
on
them
top.
places. You have to do stuff with them.
No.
Really?
Are you a godfather?
No, I'm
You
just
don't know
a
a dick
knuckle.
about being a godfather.
No, exactly. It's how I imagined it would be.
Exactly. No, you don't do anything about them. But if the parents die,
Yeah.
you bring them into your
You
home
get them?
and you convert them to whatever religion this Bible is attached to.
Oh, that's an interesting aspect.
Now here's my strange thing.
Yeah.
One of many.
Just a second. This is the first one?
Here's my topical strange thing on this subject.
Oh, okay.
Not only am I the godfather
Yeah.
to my niece,
Right.
but her other uncle
Yeah.
is also her godfather. I mean,
Well,
come
you
on.
too.
Two godfathers?
Well, this is the kind of bullshit that my brother
She
pulls
has
off with his.
She has two uncles?
Well, me and
Oh,
the
on the other side.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, poltergeist.
You're already
He's on the other
uncles.
side.
Yikes.
Yeah. And so I have never taken.
Are there presents? Do they get presents when you're, like, did you have to give her a present?
I gave
Other
her
than
gold,
the Bible?
frankincense, and myrrh because I just freaked out. I didn't know. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
It seems like,
It seems like Fred should have been a godfather.
I think
the
I
fact
should
that you and I are
Yeah, he's got
godfathers.
I
nieces.
could be your godfather.
I've always sort of thought of you as my godfather.
Okay.
Only because you had put that horse's head in my bed when we were on Route 66.
You said you liked horses. And
Yeah.
that's the biggest piece I could get inside the room.
No,
Wait
I
till you
like
get that elephant's head.
And you like elephants, right?
the pleasure part.
Okay, well then that's the part I'll put in your bed.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
It's here.
You know, sure, I gotta get a king-size bed and a futon.
You really should get a futon.
Yeah, everybody should get a futon.
A plastic sheet.
Oh yeah, first get a plastic sheet and then stretch it over the futon.
Yeah.
That's the king-size bed.
It's really safety first. That's, plus, you know, it takes a lot of work to clean up.
We should make the drinks
Yeah?
and then wait a half hour and then start the show.
I know it sounds good from this side.
I know, but nobody's gonna listen to this part. This is the best part.
No, they do. Because I hear about it afterwards.
Well, one guy that does the show with you,
The new guy.
the new guy, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, what's his last name?
410.
Okay, Eric Fortin. Look at him up on the internet and go to his house.
Yeah.
Fortin?
I believe so.
Yeah, you see, you made a mistake there
No.
by befriending old loose lips partridge here.
Oh, jeez.
What about Eddie? I think Eddie watches them.
Eddie watches the video,
Eddie watches
which
the
may
video.
or may not be running right now.
Eddie loves the video. Eddie knows that he's staying low. He's
Yeah.
lying low right now. I owe you an email and a phone call, Eddie.
Yeah, and a story.
And a story? No, he owes us a story.
He owes us, but you can make a story up.
Eddie killed a guy once.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We can hear about that in the next episode.
Roman Falls Creek. Wow.
Boot and Leg Square? No, Leg and Boot Square.
Leg and Boot Square.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that,
Hey, if you look at your,
no, I won't. No, don't. If this is anything about elephants, I don't want to hear
no,
it.
it's not. It's an old historic Vancouver murder story,
Oh, yeah.
which involved a guy named, why isn't Tom here? Half a Rock Demenko.
Is this Tourette's?
That's what his guy's name was. Half a Rock Demenko.
Yeah?
And another guy, and Dad told the story because that was so funny. They were in the newspaper for weeks because these were the guys that were involved in either finding the body of this poor girl who had been murdered in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Half a Rock Demenko.
Yeah.
And the other guy.
Mario Loose Lips Laguzzo?
It might as well have been that. But Half a Rock. You know, and they knew Half a Rock, and so they were interviewing Half a Rock Demenko.
Oh.
Telling us, Mr. Half a Rock. Half a Rock.
Your dad didn't know.
No, Dad didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Dad just read the papers.
Sure he did.
Dad was like Will Rogers. All he knew was what he read in the papers. Huh? Will Rogers Follies.
Yeah, a lot of people get that.
You ever seen Will Rogers Follies?
I saw Will Rogers, but not the Follies.
You saw Will Rogers?
Not in person.
He died in a plane crash in 1935 or whatever it was.
Exactly. Will Rogers Follies, a great Broadway show. One of the Carradines was in it.
The Carradines?
Carradines.
Oh, the Carradines.
The
Which
non
one?
Carradine was in it.
Oh, Robert Carradine?
Or is he younger?
I think he's younger.
There's a son of the Carradines, right? There's the older Carradine.
John Carradine is the senior.
Is he
old
the-
guy. No, that's,
I don't know. Oh, David Carradine? Oh, well, all right. And then the son.
Jeez, don't break it. That's with the new glasses.
No, I don't know.
They don't break.
That's a prestige decanter that fell over there, and it did not break.
Did not
Go
break.
to our sponsor page for the prestige decanters.
I'll tell you right now, Half a Rock Domingo does not show up on Google.
No, it's tough to find. You got to go to Vancouver Noir to find Half a Rock Domingo.
Vancouver
Did
Noir
you spell it right with a C?
at the end,
In the middle. In the
where the M is.
after the M.
Oh yeah, that was a C.
Oh yeah, Half a Rock Domingo?
Yeah.
Did you
All right.
spell half? You didn't use the numbers, did you?
Is there a hyphen? Half a rock?
He might have been Half a Rock. I'm surprised that he wouldn't be come up because Vancouver Noir is a popular book.
Is it really?
In the Tri-City area. St. Paul, Minneapolis, and the other one.
Oh, I think in Maple Ridge, Poco, and Coquitlam.
Maple Ridge.
Port Moody, Poco, and Coquitlam. What's the Tri-Cities?
I think that's the Tri-Cities.
Poco, Pomo,
Better,
and Coquitlam.
better like next time for Quitlam.
Poor Brockport for Coquitlam. It just never made the cut.
Didn't make the cut.
It's like Wannick. The ill-fated, little-known Wannick.
Yes. If you're named after an intersection,
Yeah,
your community
Yeah.
better do something soon.
yeah, like Mary Hill Bypass.
Mary Hill Bypass.
Yeah, she did bad hard. She had to get the bypass done.
Hold on, I'll be back.
They should call it the Mary Hill Quadruple.
Where are you going? Oh, he's got to blow
I've
his
been laughing
nose.
so hard, my nose is running.
I know, he's allergic to cherries. We're all allergic to cherries.
I'm definitely allergic to cherries. Somebody needs to run me to the hospital pretty soon.
We're not taking Fred.
I got like 10 minutes, and then I'll be in anaphylactic
I
shock.
think we've got an EpiPen somewhere.
Oh, let's use the EpiPen on Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a
jam it into
Sharpie will also work.
Yep.
So it's either one.
Yeah, Jessica has to go